It's here. UFC 300 is here. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. It's the card of the year. Things have been going crazy. A couple of big announcements happened. Things like gloves, big bonuses. I'm going to walk through what happened at the press conference yesterday. I'm also going to talk a little bit about the weigh-in show today because I think it's a really good show. Like, realistically, it's very entertaining. The personalities are allowed to shine. Super excited to see it. There are a couple of different pieces that I'm going to show you there as well, especially them making fun of Chris Weidman. And then I'm going to talk to you about a few things that I think needs to happen at the event, after the event, just some other things that I really want to see happen. Don't want to make this video too long. I've given you guys some long videos today. I want you to get excited for 300. I only want to talk about the important things. I'm jumping off the page. We're going to start with the press conference right now. So I'm going to shrink the screen a little bit and go over to YouTube. There are a few moments that I want to talk about. Most importantly, starting with the press conference, major announcement from Dana White here, and the fighters kind of bullied him into stuff. Traditionally, there are $50,000 bonuses. And I'm also going to talk about the NPCs that these fucking reporters are, dude. Some of these reporters are so ass, not giving enough questions. It was a 35-minute press conference for the presser of the year. Give me a fucking break, guys. Are you serious? Like, are we serious right now? This is UFC 300. We have a short press conference. You ask a ton of questions to Dana White and Kayla Harrison. Why are they getting most of the questions? Talk to Jamal Hill. He's ready to give the energy. Talk to Moicano. He's the man on the mic. Talk to Bobby Green. Talk to Jim Miller. Talk to Cody. Talk to Figueiredo. You can even ask some of these questions to the non-English speaking fighters, but when you do it, don't make the questions so goddamn long so we have to listen to translation for 5 minutes before we get an answer. These reporters just like to hear their own voices because they're egotistical, maniacal, fucking losers that can't do anything else in life. We need fans asking questions. I'm sick of these reporters being NPCs asking stupid questions and trying to fucking glaze the fighters and not asking real hard-hitting questions. But anyway, we're going to get to me bitching about that again in a moment. What I'm going to bring up is Dana White getting bullied by all the fighters on stage. This is actually hilarious. I'm going to show you right now.
Just two quick ones for you, Dana.
This guy sucks, by the way. Just listen to his voice. He fucking sucks.
Talked to both Max Holloway and Justin Gaethje this past week, and they told me they want Mark Coleman to wrap the BMF belt around the winner on Saturday night. What do you think of this idea? Can we make this happen?
Talking to me, what'd you ask me?
Both Max and Justin told me they want Mark Coleman to wrap the BMF belt.
Done.
Love it. Mark Coleman wrapping the BMF belt. Mark Coleman, if you don't know, recently almost lost his life. He went back in to get his parents in a fire in their home. Went back to get the dog. Unfortunately, the dog died, R.I.P. But he ended up like passing out from inhaling all the fumes. He ended up getting pulled out of there by someone, and he ended up being okay in the hospital. He saved his family's life. A true BMF. Mark Coleman, look him up. He's a legend of the sport, and now he's an absolute hero to his family and everyone else out there. Really, really good to see, and now he's going to wrap the belt around the BMF between Justin Gaethje or Max Holloway. I'm starting to get scared for Gaethje. This is an awesome moment, though. No one deserves it more than Mark Coleman. I love them seeing that. You can see Dana White done. Excited to do it. Now, what else happens here? Look at that. Jamal's on
And they
fire.
also said for this special event, they would love to see the bonuses raised from $50,000. Can we do something special for this Saturday?
What did you say?
Both guys want bonuses raised from $50K for this special card. Can we make this happen?
What should it be raised to?
3 times.
100,000.
300. No, 3 times. 300.
300.
300. It's done.
Let's go. Are you kidding me? Dana White, $300,000 bonuses. Do you have any idea how awesome these fights are going to be now? Everyone, $300,000 is life-changing money. If you get that bonus, you can change your life with it. I just said that. I mean, I'm absolutely appalled. He agreed to it. $300,000 done. Savage, based. Love that out of you, Dana White. Oh, man, it's going to be sad when he goes, honestly, because I feel like it's going to turn into a corporate, woke PC sport. But for now, we're going to enjoy it. If they do that to my UFC, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. Disney, stay the fuck away from my sport. I don't want Disney taking a shit all over my sport. But anyway, we're going to get excited over the $300,000 bonus. What this means is everybody's going to war. Look at Jamal Hill's face right here, man. Jamal Hill's literally... That's $300,000 bonuses. Everybody's going to be going for the finish. Everyone's going to be giving it their all. There's going to be no boring fights on this card. There were not any to start, but now with a $300,000 bonus, I mean, that's incentivization. Or being incentivized. I don't know how the fuck to say it at this point. I'm so excited I can barely get words out. The other thing that I want to see out of this, 50K to anyone that gets a finish that doesn't get the $300,000 bonus. I think for 300, it's worth it. Dana, ball out on this card, man. And if Kayla Harrison, I don't care how she wins, she can get a spinning head kick to Holly Holm. If you give Kayla Harrison $300,000 when you're letting her just take a spot on this card in the most boring, low-level shit division, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. Fight of the night is gonna go to Gaethje versus Holloway. It has to. There's no way it doesn't. Performance, I'm gonna think it's gonna be Charles, and I think it's gonna be Jamal Hill, and I think everyone else on the prelim should get $50K if they get a finish, or if they have a sick fight, give them each $50K. I think that's awesome, unless you're fucking Kayla Harrison fighting a 42-year-old Holly Holm. These two should not be on the card. This is an all-time card, and these two do not deserve to be on the fucking card. $300,000 bonuses. This just made all the fights 10 times better, though. Look at Jamal Hill's face right here, man. He is literally... Like, this is insane. I'm so excited. Poetan's like, I have no idea what you're saying. I don't speak this language. Look at Aljo all jacked up, fired up. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the full screen. I don't know which fucking video had the full screen, but I'm juiced up, man. Ooh, not on steroids. I have no idea what I just said there, but like, dude, I'm fired up. This card is insane. I can't even get my words out. I'm so excited. We're going to go to another point here. $300,000 bonuses, man. Kayla Harrison also got 4 questions, and then you have Jamal Hill getting 1 or 2, and you have Aljo getting 1, and Cater getting 1, and Moicano getting 1, and you know how all these dudes are on the mic. Like, let them fucking go off. Instead, all the reporters want to be buddy-buddy, and we're going to show you. Just listen to some of these absolutely terrible questions asked by the corporate MMA media that we all fucking hate so much.
Alexander Rakic, it's been a long time. Are you ready to win the Battle of Europe this Saturday?
Are you ready to win the Battle of Europe this Saturday? What is he gonna say? No? Dude, are you fucking kidding me with this? No, I'm not ready to win the Battle of Europe. I'm actually here just for a paycheck. Dude, what kind of a question is this? Are you ready? This is what you had? The Battle of Europe. Are you ready? Get him off the stage. If you have... Oh, I'm not going to say it. That's just bad to say on camera. Get this fucking loony bone, whatever the fuck he is. Get him off stage, dude. This is an NPC question. This is a stupid question. You went in there thinking that, oh, I got a great one for him. And then you hit him with this. This is a waste of time. What do you think he's going to fucking say, dude?
Absolutely. I mean,
Absolutely.
after almost 2 years of layoff, what a comeback on UFC 300. Can't wait to step in the octagon on Saturday night and to show the world who King of Europe is and after of the world.
I'm sure he'll have a better question for Yuri.
Then the question for Jiri Prohashka. Jiri, the fans are ready to see the return of the samurai. Are you going to bring him on Saturday?
Are you going to bring the return of the samurai on Saturday? Are you going to bring it on Saturday night? Are you going to go in there and give it your all in a fucking fight for your life to win $300,000 in a bonus? What do you think he's going to say, dude? What is this question? What the fuck is this question, dude? Ask them some hard-hitting shit. Where's your best advantage against Rakic? Rakic has great low kicks. Hiri, how do you plan to address him? And what are you going to do to Rakic on Saturday night? Tell me about it. Are you going to bring it? Dude, what the fuck do you think you're doing?
I'm not looking to be the king of Europe. I'm looking to be the king of the world. So watch my return after that fight. I want to be targeted for the title again.
Good answer. Bury him. Dude, I'm not looking to be the king of Europe. I'm king of the world. I'm going for the title. Good answer to a fucking dog shit question from a loser reporter that should lose his job and never be in there again. You wasted people's time on what could have been the most epic press conference of all time. I promise this is not going to be me bitching the whole video. We're going to get to the weigh-in show after I show you 2 more clips from the press conference. And it's going to be all fun from there because the weigh-in show's hilarious. There's a couple of things, and I want to end this lightheartedly, so make sure you tune in for the whole video. But we're going to skip now to 25:18, where there is another question asked by one of these NPC fucking twats.
One more question, Dana. There's rumors that you're going to be going back to the UK in the July. Manchester has been touted as a possible location. Is there any truth to that?
Yeah.
Are you going back to Manchester? We're at UFC 300. Tom Aspinall already said they're going to Manchester. Dana simply one word said yes right now. It's clear. Ask the questions to the fighters. Why is Dana getting all these questions? Love Dana White, but why is he getting all these questions? And secondly, you have all these fighters on stage and you don't ask them shit. You don't ask them anything intriguing. You're asking, are you going to Manchester? Are you going to Manchester? We want to fight in Manchester. Shut the fuck up and ask a relevant question. So Dana says yes, one word. Yes, we're going to Manchester. So what does this guy do? He's going to ask another question, right? To somebody, something more important.
Can you give us a date?
He said yes. Why do you give a fuck? They're going back to Manchester. Can you give us a date? Stop asking and pulling for a question nobody gives a fuck about. You had no moment here. What the fuck are you doing?
Huh?
Can you give us a date, perhaps?
Nope. When we get it done, we'll let you know, but we're definitely going to Manchester.
Great. And now wait for the NPC crowd.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yay, Manchester. Dude, what? Can we get a legitimate question asker here? Just let the schmo take the mic and let him ask all the questions. He'll ask fun ones. He'll ask hard hitters. He's not going to be too worried about what he asked the fighters and if they're going to get mad because they're having a bad weight cut. Like, at the end of the day, these are questions, and you can look at these fighters and say, dude, I'm not putting you in a quarter, but we're trying to make some headlines here, not for us, but mostly for you. We want people to buy the pay-per-view. We want to build hype. Here's a hard-hitting question. Jamal Hill, you're talking about putting out Alex Pereira on Saturday night. You don't have to tell me how you're going to do it. But tell me what is it going to feel like when you walk out of there with the title against a dude whose fans are so annoying? And Jamal, while you're at it, why don't you take a moment to speak about the Alex Pereira fans and what they have to say to you and why you dislike them? Ask the question. Let them get fired up. Alex, not a bad guy, man, but his fans are the most annoying people in the world. And then you counter it with an Alex question. Like, dude, you got to do a better job here. What are these NPC questions? Are you going to Manchester? Yay, we're going to UFC Manchester, England. Dude, that's a shit question. Now let's go to another shit question.
This question
Oh, I hit play. I don't even want to listen to this fucking tool. Wait, let's see what he has.
is for Arman. Arman, your fight with...
Don't care. Armin sucks. He's annoying. He's a thug trying to jump people with his big crowds, doing it in front of their families, like scumbag loser, piece of shit. Hope he gets absolutely destroyed by Charles. And I already have no voice.
Question for Dana. During media day, Jessica Andrade spoke about a potential female BMF title. Is that something you guys would be open to doing further down the line?
What? They're not going to sleep with you, bro. They aren't sleeping with you. A BMF title? How many of the women's fights have you looked at and said, this is worthy of a BMF title? Guess what? You have it. It's in Zhang Weili's hand. She is the most dominant champion. She's the most fun fighter. She is the baddest motherfucker. Plain and simple. You don't need a whole title just for women now. Why? Because you want to be the guy to give a gotcha moment? You want a gotcha moment for Dana White? Dana said he's not going to do a women's BFF. He's a misogynist piece of shit. Shut the fuck up, dude. Shut the fuck up. There's like 10 or there's 8 men's weight class. I want to say 8. Featherweight, flyweight, bantamweight. I'm not going to keep doing the whole thing, but there's somewhere between 6 and 8 men's divisions. There's 3 women's divisions. There's way more fighters in the men's divisions, and this is not misogyny, guys. Let's not fucking paint it like that all the time. There doesn't need to be a women's BMF fight. When they put on these electric, unreal fights, you can maybe... I don't even want to consider it, dude. There's not as many people there. Like, stop asking a question to try and get a gotcha moment out of Dana. When there's time for one, maybe we can talk about it. But there isn't anyone to talk about other than Zhang Weili. There isn't anyone to talk about other than Zhang Weili. We don't need a BMF title. What a stupid question. Let's see what Dana White has to say.
I think the BMF goes for either, could be for men or women. It's not, there's a men or women's BMF title. You either are or you are not.
Very well said. Very well said. What a fucking stupid question, dude. This guy just wanted to stand on his shit and say, oh, like, I'm such an ally. Shut the fuck up, dude. We're in the fight sport. Ask a legitimate question. You want to be, this woke dude. I don't even know what you're trying to be here. But why don't you give time to one of the female fighters and ask them a question instead of asking Dana White a question trying to get him in a gotcha moment? Say, Kayla Harrison, what is it going to take for you to win the fans over? What is it going to take to win a fight of the night bonus? Holly Holm, same thing. Marina Rodriguez, Jessica Andrade, let me ask you a question in Portuguese about what it means to be the baddest woman in the UFC, and you have a chance to prove it on this card. Tell me about it. Let them talk. Instead, no. You're going to ask Dana White a question about a female BMF? Get the fuck out of here, dude. I don't want this dude at a press conference ever again. We're going to better things now. Everyone made weight. The weigh-in show was hilarious, and it started off red hot. A couple things to talk about. Gaethje and Holloway both looked drained. Gaethje looked worse, but they always look drained. Jalen Turner looked terrible. Kayla Harrison looked like a skeleton. But there were a couple of funny moments, and we're going to talk about funny moments on this, and then I promise we're going to get to the couple things that I think need to happen for the card. This is how it starts, though.
It is my pleasure to be joined, as always, on the UFC 300 weigh-in show, brought to you by Intuit TurboTax. File with TurboTax
Look
by
at
April
them,
15th
dude.
to make your
wearing
moves count.
goggles. Why would they be wearing goggles? Laura, you are beautiful. I love you.
And if
Is it
Can't be too
because
safe.
actions are any indication,
Let me tell you something.
with protective
it's Chris Weidman on stage? Chris Weidman's at the desk and he pokes people's eyes out, and there's been so much controversy over it, so they brought goggles. That's fucking hilarious. That is hysterical. This is why I love this show, dude. They just have a ton of fun. They let their personality shine. I was pissed at Weidman on the mic, but Weidman's still super fun, and I know that because of this show. Laura Sanko is like the best of the best. I think she's one of the best commentators. I don't care that everyone's trying to copy Guru and saying, oh, Sean Strickland. I don't care, dude. You're all trying to copy what MMA Guru had to say. Make your own fucking opinions, you losers. I think Laura Sanko's awesome. I think she's the best. You just heard my rant about the female BMF title. I'm not here to, make any friends through this. I think she's genuinely good at her job. She shows up prepared all the time. She has a lot to say. She has an awesome personality. She brings the best personality out of anyone she's on the booth with or at a desk with. She knows what she's fucking talking about, too. She's smart. She comes super prepared. So, I fucking think she's the best. I really do think she's one of the best. I think Anik is maybe up there. But I think Felder's up there too. But Laura Sanko's up there, man. She is one of the best and the least biased. But we're going to get to another moment. I'm going to surf around to find where it is because I don't entirely know. There was like a minute. So, see this in the bottom screen here? It was a minute 52 left that we see something. It's Chris Weidman's teammate Aljamain Sterling. Sterling's got a question. We're going to jump a little bit more. Here it is.
It's being fresh. I think the time away will help Alexander Rockets because it will allow for him to reset the thoughts from before.
Question from Aljamain.
My name is Aljamain, the Funkmaster Sterling. I'm fighting out of Uniondale, New York, now residing in Las Vegas, Nevada. Man, I'm super excited about showing the world a new version of myself. Chris, I gotta ask you, if in case my wrestling doesn't work, should I just go straight for the eyeballs?
And he's just trolling him. This is hilarious. Big move from Aljo. I love it. I think it's super funny. Oh my god, that's great. They're just legitimately trolling Weidman.
You bastard. I mean, bro, that's messed up. I feel like he's smiling on the scale right now like we're listening to it and he knows. Bro, I mean, listen, 146. Wait, I was talking to him this week and we were just saying it before. He was so excited not to have to cut crazy amount of weight. He wasn't thinking about it during training camp, but even this week, he's like, this sucks. Can't eat, he's miserable. But he's been looking great. I'm excited to see how he does going up a weight class.
They have these good conversations. They have fun on this show. We're going to go to a couple more minutes down the road here. It's 150-40 in that bottom right corner. We'll do like 10 seconds earlier just because I want to see how.
Okay, DC.
Single leg. You put them on their leg, you make them start hopping around, moving. You don't just knock them off their feet with a double. Power guys can defend double legs because they use the power to stay upright. Get a single leg. Make them be athletic. And not to Moicano.
All right, next fighter to the stage. The King is in the building. The number 14 ranked UFC.
I'm Bobby.
Now, before what Bobby gets to say, it's funny because you think of like the Shavkat Rakhmonov situation with Laura Sanko where she just like fell in love with him, right? Like, she's really just giving him props, like trying to be enthusiastic and like, but it came off as like she was like just smitten by Shavkat Rakhmonov. They talk about it all the time. They make fun of it all the time. There's also a moment here where she just goes like, Alexander Rakic is in tremendous shape, and the guy's on the desk troller. She's like, guys, I'm married. I'm just trying to talk about the physique. It's funny. But what does Bobby Green have to say? He's been on the desk with them before, but just wait. Like, This is why questions need to be asked to the entertaining fighters and not Dana White, not Kayla Harrison, not Holly Holm, not fucking people that just don't speak, not Jalen Turner. Jalen Turner has literally nothing in his body when he's on the stage because he cut so much weight.
King Green. I prefer just to go by King. But, hey guys, Laura, I got a question for you. Do you miss me sitting there next to you?
That
I like the laugh.
The
laugh is the laugh. It implies that you enjoyed him more than you enjoy hanging out with us. It's kind of
DC trying to say we know what it was implying. Bobby Green's like that. Mackenzie Dern walked on stage when he was doing the weigh-in show, and Mackenzie Dern is also a beautiful woman. He legitimately on the mic just goes, sheesh. Bobby's funny, man. This is a funny moment. This is the funniest show. This is the funniest show that the UFC produces. Just some moments that I wanted to show you guys from the press conference, from the weigh-in. Hope you enjoyed it. But the last thing that we're going to touch upon today, what I want to happen, what I needs to happen at the event on Saturday night. First things first, 50K bonuses for everyone that gets a finish that doesn't get the $300,000 bonus. Talked about that earlier. Pretty straightforward on what that is. Secondly, Bruce Buffer needs to announce Jim Miller as Jim fucking Miller. We've been waiting for it. Jim Miller wants it. Everyone in the MMA community wants it. I'm sure Dana White kind of wants it too. We're going to see if Bruce Buffer surprises us. So super excited. Going to see if that happens. And lastly, we've been waiting way too damn long for the McGregor-Chandler announcement, and what better moment to do it and build hype behind it rather than announcing it at 300. This is when you do it. Announce it at 300 after the card. McGregor walks out. Say, what's up, motherfucker? Hey, fellas. Like he does in Roadhouse. I know Guru does a great impression of that. Make the announcement. Make it happen. UFC 300 this weekend. We just talked a little bit about the presser. We talked about the weigh-in show. We talked about things that need to happen. The time for talk is done. I'll give you guys a parlay tomorrow, but the time for talk is done. UFC 300 is this weekend. It's an epic card, $300,000 bonuses. Everyone's bringing it. Make sure you tune in. This one is going to be one you don't want to miss. As always, please remember to like and subscribe. Get excited. Tomorrow's the day.